Welcome back! My name is Baller Scuba. This is Video Games Over Time. We are still in 1982, and we are still in Ultima II. When we last left off, I created our character, Baller Scuba, a level 0 female elf cleric, and we made it to town, specifically Town Linda. I would say that Town Linda is in Italy, but we'll take a closer look at where it actually is when we actually get into the game again. We're looking at the stats screen here. You can pull this up by hitting Z. It's also the main way to pause the game to make sure that you don't waste a whole bunch of food. Here in town, you will use food, and towns are much bigger, so it's actually a much bigger deal in this game. As you can see, though, my character has no weapons, no armor, no spells, no torches, no keys, no tools. I do have stats. I believe that I got the stats the same as I did before. I have had to do this a couple times. But we made it to town, and it's time to kind of explore around, see what we can do. Today, our goal is to try to get kind of a sense of the world that we are in, what we need to do, and then we will take quite a bit of time doing some level grinding. But we'll do that in a bit. We'll start by exploring around town. Here we are in Town Linda. I can move around. As you can see, the HP and food, they might be a little bit different than what they were before, but they're essentially the same. I just kind of made it here. I didn't kill anything here. My experience is lower. We will head over to the right first here in Town Linda. I'm kind of always on a clock, so if I have a sense of urgency, that is why. We have now made it to the transport shop here. Welcome to the transport shop. I sell you horse. 84 gold. Deal? Okay. The answer is no. You do not want to buy a horse at this point. Horses, if you remember from the first game, they would lower the amount of food that you used as you roamed around the world. They do not work that way in this game. So I'm going to say no to the horse right now. I should point out that we are in, let me make sure I have the numbers right here, 1423 BC. That is where we are. So for them to have a horse makes a lot of sense. What doesn't make sense is what these people over in the corner are going to say. So we're going to talk to them. NPCs in this game typically don't say too much that's interesting. I'll try to point out anybody that does say anything interesting. You can see how quickly I have to hit the buttons. There we go. Here we have John Mayer. No relation. John Mayer orders, take out the trash. And here we have Jerry Mayer. He proclaims, we know small computers. If these guys are references, I'm not entirely sure who they are, the mayors, but it seems that they are people that know more than they should for 1423 BC. That's my thought on it, at least. All right. So let's move on. I should point out that you might be able to hear a little bit of the sound of the game. Those are coming through my headphones to basically try to save you guys the deal with the sound. The sound in this game is not particularly good. So I'm trying to keep it relatively quiet, but make sure that you guys can at least hear it a little bit. We actually want to go up here. Going right will just lead you out of town. We're going to try to stick to the cobblestone paths basically as much as we can here. Then we have the armory up here. We'll transact with you. We have cloth, leather, chain, plate, reflect, and power. Now, those are the different types of armor that you can buy. As we talked about in the last video, the more strength that you have, the better armor you can buy. Because we didn't give ourselves that much strength, we can only go up to leather. I believe that you need 29 points in order to get... no, sorry, you need 19 points in order to get chain armor or chain mail. We only have 12, so all I can afford is... all I can wear, I should say, is the leather. I can easily afford it, because it's only 84 gold. So we'll go ahead and take that. Now we need to wear it. So I'm going to hit W for wear armor. And once again, we have the same list. I only have the leather armor, so I'm going to go ahead and wear that. Now if I go to the stat screen, you can see I have armor at the top and in the middle there. And it tells me that I have leather armor equipped. All right, so let us move on. And we have one more place to explore. I'm kind of going the long way here. Food is going to be a major concern. As you might have noticed, we cannot buy food here, at least not yet. That's going to be true kind of in town as a whole. We cannot buy food just kind of all together. But I am wasting a little bit of food, kind of not going the most optimum path, but we'll see what we can do. Just for the record, if you talk to him, it's a wizard. Hexy poo, hex on you. They don't have anything particularly interesting to say, I would say. Are you the person I'm looking to? Ugh, me tough. That is not who I'm looking for. I think it's that guy way over there. Ugh, me tough. And you might notice the shopkeeper like keeps up with you as you keep walking. All right, so we have made it to the weapon shop. There are 8 different things that we can purchase here. We do have number 1, the dagger. Number 2, the mace. Number 3, the axe. Number 4, the bow. Number 5, the sword. Number 6, the great sword. Number 7, the light sword. And number 8, the phaser. If you remember the first game, the phaser was really good for us. But for now, I am going to purchase the bow. I think I do have enough agility to technically buy the sword, but I think for now the bow is good. So we'll go ahead and purchase that. Say yes. And then we will ready with R. And you might notice the same list plus 1 this time. Number 9 stands for quick sword. We will go ahead and ready the bow. And then, as you can see on the stats screen, we do have the bow and leather armor equipped. And that's technically all that we need to do here. But there's a little bit more that we can do. So I'm going to try to show that off. We are going to head over here. Yeah, food is going to be a concern, so I really shouldn't be wasting my moves like this. We can talk to Keith here. He says, no thanks, trying to cut down. I don't know, it's relatively interesting, but not particularly useful, I would say. Let's actually go ahead and leave town because we'll come back at some other point and we can deal with the 4th shop in town. And then we have made it to this screen. Let's go over here and we are going to attack the thief who is in front of us here. Now, once I hit him a couple times, he's going to start running away, but he's up against hills. So down he goes eventually. I get 1 gold and 1 experience for it. I also got trilithiums out of it. He dropped those. That might sound familiar. From Star Trek, it's a reference to that. I should also point out, as we head back here, we are definitely in Europe, I would say, as the orc decides to run away. That thing on the far right, that is a time door. You do not want to take that time door in particular. You know, we're in Europe here. This is kind of like the Alps, I would say, below us. And Town Linda would be in what I would guess is Italy. All right, now that we have trapped in a corner, we can get 11 gold and 2 experience. We can try to get this enemy to chase us a bit. There we go. Now he won't be able to run away as I hit him. There we go, 17 gold for experience, and I didn't pick up anything. Those were orcs. I will say that the game does have a little bit of a bestiary in the manual, but most of what we have seen in the first game will kind of come into this game as well, and I wouldn't say that the bestiary is as full in this one. Also, it's just me, but the Middle East seems to be a forest in 1453. I do not believe that is historically accurate. But we're going to head down Africa. This is Africa. As you can see, it is very long. And you can see a remnant from a previous playthrough here. I bought a horse in one of them, and for whatever reason, due to the trouble with the saves, it's still here. I will not be using it, but normally there is no horse here. Let's enter this. This is a village. This is going to be the Village of Legester. And this one is going to be relatively interesting, I would say. Let's head up here to a shop, and here we can buy holy spells. I am a cleric, so that will be useful for me. Let's go ahead and transact here. Welcome, Brother Baller Scuba, and we have all of the spells available to us here. I'm not sure I actually have the list of spells in front of me, so let me try to pull that up. But we have light, that I know that creates a light. We have LD and LU. Those are ladder down and ladder up. We have seen those in previous games. What that does is it creates a ladder in a dungeon that will take you up and down. It creates a ladder basically in front of you so you can go to the next floor. I'm not sure that the spells are actually in the manual, so the rest of them we are actually going to have to come up with ourselves. So we are good there. Yeah, so we'll talk about the other ones as we get to it, but the most important ones are ladder down, ladder up, and surface. Surface will actually warp you out of a dungeon should you be in a dungeon, so that's going to be very good for us. Pass and prayer we will talk about some other point, so I am not interested. I think I have to actually give them a number, so let's give them 8 so that I don't actually purchase anything. We don't need any of the holy spells just yet. We will later. Over here, we can find somebody that's interesting. We're in the town of Legester, by the way. There we go. The chaste nubile nymph asks, visit the Hotel California, which is a bit of a clue. Obviously, that is a song reference. If you do not know, it is a song by the Eagles. As of recording this now, you cannot find the original version on YouTube. The Eagles do not like being on YouTube, but it is an Eagles song from the 70s. It's also a clue for us because it tells us that we should go to California, which in 1453 BC was not named California. So it's a fairly decent clue. Here we can find Alfred's Fish and Chips. We can buy food from you, which is good because I'm going to need food. You can only buy 100 at a time. As you can see, it costs 52 gold. So I'm going to go ahead and purchase that. And I'm going to basically purchase as much as they will let me. Yes, one more. And now I have 800 food and 371 HP. It's a little bit low. I probably should have not purchased that last one, but for now I think we'll be okay. From here we are going to head west. And over here we should be able to find an O. Somewhere, there it is. There is the O. We're going to avoid all of that for now. We don't need any of what that is. We'll find out at some point. It is an oracle, but we are not interested in that. I should be able to find somebody to talk to up here, though. This is guard that's just telling me to pay my taxes because those taxes pay his salary, I am sure. Maybe this is the person I am talking to. So we'll go ahead and talk to you. Yes, Grendel the Bum says, Masters of Riddle are masters indeed. It's just a little different. Not necessarily anything that is important to us right now, though. So we're going to head south for quite a ways. And eventually we will make it over here. Let's get back onto kind of the main road, so to speak, in town, which is this one. And eventually we should be able to find, here we go, the Wizardry Shop. Now this is where you can purchase spells if you are a wizard. I am not a wizard, so I cannot purchase the spells here. What I can do is talk to people, though. This is Andy Greenberg. He complains, what, no software? And this is Robert Woodhead. Copy protect, copy protect. Now let's go ahead and pause so that I don't waste my food. And let's talk a little bit about what we just saw. We saw Andy Greenberg say, what, no software? And we saw Robert Woodhead say, copy protect, copy protect. Andrew Greenberg and Robert Woodhead are the creators of Wizardry 1 and Wizardry 2, and we found them in the Wizardry Shop. It is a reference to the Wizardry games, which is definitely something that was intentional, absolutely. So those guys are in there as an Easter egg, so to speak. By the way, at some point I picked up a tool that will be important at some point. But yes, it's a small little reference to the rival RPGs of the time. It's a nice little nod, I would say. Richard Garriott did put those in on purpose, clearly. Better than a couple of the other things that we have seen in references so far. And it's a nice little thing. We'll just go ahead and leave Legester. Right, the characters aren't the big bad villains. They're not like that. They're just in there a little bit. I think it's a bit of... Let me go ahead and pull up the screen here because I want to think about this a little bit. I would say copy protect is something that Robert Woodhead would say. It's a little bit of a dig at him for trying to prevent people from stealing wizardry. So I think it's a little bit of a dig, but it's not much by any means. All right, so we do have almost no money. So we're going to have to kill a couple people. Like I said, I probably should have saved that last bit of gold. Let's see, what do we have over here? We have an orc and we have a thief. So we're going to go ahead and take care of them. So let's go kind of back into Russia at this point. If my bow has given me range, I should point out that I have not been able to use it well. Yeah, now he's going to start to run. I have not been able to hit anybody using this range at all. All right. Yeah, if they go any sort of distance, I have not been able to hit them. Ooh, I am not going after the sea monster at this point. I can't handle it. It's too powerful for me. All right. Is he still there? He is, but I think I'll be good this distance. All right, come on, get the hits. There we go. 1 gold, 3 experience. Did I get anything else? I got a gem. But in this game, we can't sell anything. So much for that. All right, let's try to get you there. No. There we go. Like I said, very quick on the attack and the transact. I have to hit the direction that I want very quickly. All right, so I'm up to 26 gold. That is good for now. Time door has opened up behind me. That's actually a warp to England, so we'll actually take that one at some point. That western one in what I'm going to say is still Russia. That one we're going to want to take. The other one actually takes you to a different time period and everything, and I would avoid that. All right, so like I said, the gold that I need for what I need to do now is, well, this is good enough. I have 15 experience. You might notice that I'm not getting any HP gains or anything like that. We haven't found a... Let me talk to you. We haven't found a dungeon that we can go into. That's actually going to be another issue. There's only one place for us to buy food. There's no dungeon for us to kind of level grind easily. So the kind of start of the game is a little slower than the first game. But we have come back to the Pub de Varge in... I'm going to say Varge. It could be Pub de Varg, though. This is in Town Linda. We are going to tip the bartender, and we're going to tip him 4 gold. Sailors wear blue tassels. All right, let's try it again. Anytime you're ready. Seriously, what the hell was that? All right, tip again, 4. You're killing me here. Tip 4. All right, so I'm just going to tell you what the other thing he says is, which is some fighters wear magic helms. That is another thing that is said. We can find the last interesting person here. Ithilien the wench calls, "Make me an offer, sailor." No, wench. So the idea at this point is that I'm going to need a blue tassel. The way to get that would be to kill fighters. And once I do that, I can get on board a ship. Should a ship pass by and I not have a blue tassel, it'll try to attack me. So we're not going to deal with that. All right, let's head over here and we'll try to explore what else is available to me here. And then we're going to have to deal with the level grinding. All right. No, attack. I was trying to hit him. But these orcs don't want to deal with that. They don't want to talk to me. All right. Let's take the time door. And I have warped over to England here. And we can go into the castle here. It does tell me castle. I don't believe there's too much that I want to take care of here for now. Basically, the important thing is that you can talk to Lord British. This is Lord British's castle. You can go to the chapel. You can try to talk to people, but right now, nothing that they're going to say is relatively important. Somebody does mention the stars, but nothing else really matters. All right, so let's talk to Lord British here. Welcome, my child, Baller Scuba. First, my 50 gold pieces tribute. You don't have that much. Yeah, he wants a tribute. And if you can get that tribute of 50 gold to him, he will increase your HP. So that's going to be how we increase our HP for now. But what I am going to do is leave here, and I'm going to show off kind of the other area. Hold on for 1 second. All right, we are ready to go again. Let's go ahead and leave Lord British's here. I should point out that there actually is a listing of spells in the manual. Let's head up here and we'll talk about it a little bit more. Up in Scotland, it looks like, which is the city of Port Boniface, or at least the village. Sure. So the spells that we did see as a cleric are Pass, which is Pass Wall. It destroys the wall in front of you. Surface, which teleports you to the surface. And Prayer. It calls for the divine intervention to completely destroy your enemy. And we can go over to here and get to Chad Mads. The spells that the wizards could use that we don't have access to are Magic Missile, which is an offensive attack spell. Blink, which teleports you somewhere on the same level that you're at. And Kill, which will attempt to kill your opponent. As you can see, there's still Port Boniface here. Is anybody going to talk to me here? I don't think so. But basically, these are the areas that we have available to us. We have Town Linda, we have Legester, we have Lord British's castle, and we do have Port Boniface here. Port Boniface is important because it is a sneaky way to get food, should you be low on food. As you can see, I've spent over 100 food just kind of coming up to Lord British's place and exploring Port Boniface. Food goes down very quickly in this game. So food is going to be the thing that I care about the most. I'm going to try to kill a whole bunch of things in hopes that I get more food, get more money. Obviously, there's going to be... Come on, up. There we go. There's a little bit of a delay on the controls for me here. Getting food is going to be the most important thing for me. Ronald McDonald sings, try our new ride through. This is McDonald's. We do have fighters here in town. We do have takeout here. What you can do, and I'm not going to show it off to you just yet, you can buy food from here, which is good, but I don't have enough food for it. I don't have enough gold for it, I should say. You can actually steal food from here if you're good enough. It is difficult, but if you do have the proper agility, you can get away with it. I'm going to try to avoid doing that, but if it is necessary, it is there for you. There's technically not too much else for us to do at this point, so we're just going to go here and we're going to wait for the time door to show up again. It doesn't show up all that often. There it is. And we have warped back to the mainland. Once again, probably Russia. It's kind of hard to say the way that this is designed. Once again, we'll go through the forest that is the Middle East, you know, Egypt, Israel, Jordan, all that. That's definitely foresty area. But we'll kind of explore around, and at this point, I'm just basically on the lookout for monsters to kill. I do need to get a lot more experience, a lot more food, a lot more HP, and a lot more gold. And the way to do that is to try to kill monsters as best as we can. Now, I don't think I can kill you from here, but we will give it a shot. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm going to assume that I can't actually hit him from there. 0 for 10 tells me that that was not good. Once again, don't take this Eastern time door here. It will warp you to another time, and I believe it takes you to Australia. That is not what we are interested in doing. So we'll go over here to Eastern Russia. Russia is a big place. All right, we'll chase you down until you decide you want to come back, which is then. And then we'll chase you down again. Once again, just no good at that. All right, 5 gold, 3 experience. And that's basically what we have to do to kind of start this. We have to get ourselves situated. We have our weapon, we have our armor, we have our locations where we can get things, but ultimately that is it. Once again, that is a thief. And they dropped a helm for me. All right. Things are not going well for me so far. There we go, 13 gold, 1 experience. All right, so that is basically it for now. I'm going to take the time to do a lot of level grinding off screen, and I will be back when that is done. That is going to do it for this part of Ultima II. I've been Baller Scuba. This has been Video Games Over Time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you laughed. I hope you learned. And I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching.